Welcome to the big show. This is Investing with Confidence. As always, I am your host, Joshua David, and we are happy to have you with us today. As always, I have the mastermind of this whole operation, my good friend and good pal, Mr. Al Connickson. Al, how the heck are you doing today?
You know what? I'm a little mixed today. I'm happy to be here. I love doing the show, so I feel good about that. But I'm going through a little bit of depression because we're supposed to be at the state fair.
I hear that.
And what do we do after? Well, what do I do after the show is over? I head right over to that pork chop booth and get a pork chop on a stick. 2 years in a row, I haven't had my pork chop. So
I can tell you've been losing weight.
I'm going next year. I don't care what's happening. I'll be there in that pork chop line.
I'm glad you're going to do that.
Right.
But you know what? It's also great to be back, even though no matter where we're at, talking about the financial markets with our family right here on WCCO. And now we had another great week in the markets. It was not mixed like your feelings. We had a great up week, especially the stock market. S&Ps were up, the NASDAQ, the Dow, they were all up. Tell you what, oil, I love this. Oil was up about $6 per barrel this week. Woo, we had a great market.
Yeah,
now
biggest weekly gain, I think, in over a year in oil.
Wow, that's a good thing, but not a good thing for the pumps. And we've been talking about that, gosh, I bet for like 2-3 months now. Now, the dollar, we've been talking a lot about coming off different supply areas. We're going to talk about that here today. Came off a nice supply zone right around the 93.60 area. And those are some of the things that we are going to talk about here today. Supply, demand, how the markets actually function, some different terms that are utilized as knowledge, but helping people gain some skills down the road. Al, what's happening with these markets? We're seeing great moves.
Great.
What are you seeing with some opportunities coming up?
Well, first of all, this last week, we all eyes were on Jackson Hole this last week and the Fed meeting and what Powell was going to say about interest rates and about the stimulus tapering. And what he did is he just kind of comforted the markets and basically said that they could pull back on stimulus without leading directly to rate hikes. And that was comforting to the market. So on Thursday, we had a big drop in the market. It came right back up on Friday and ended with everything being up. The Dow, the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, they were all up for the week. So, there were some big things happening. And what's going to be kind of in focus now is the next jobs report, because the Fed hasn't said exactly when they were going to stop their tapering or start tapering, when they were going to start cutting back on the stimulus. It's going to be really dependent, I think, on how strong that jobs report is. Maybe they'll start pulling back in September. Maybe depending on the jobs report, it'll be December. But it's probably going to happen this year. But they're saying they can do it without raising interest rates. So that was comforting to the market. So we're seeing great moves, Josh. We have been seeing these for some time. So a lot of people listening, this might be the right time for you to make a decision as to whether you want to participate in the markets. If you haven't been, if you're interested in doing it, or if you are, and maybe you're just not getting the returns you want, you don't have the consistency, maybe this is a good time to see what we have to offer. Josh is going to be talking about a free investment class. The goal of that class for us is to help you decide whether this is something that could be beneficial to you, whether it's something that you want to pursue. And for some people, it probably isn't. But that's what we want to do. And part of the problem that we see as far as people making that decision is that they have been conditioned to believe they can't do it. People have told them it's too hard, it's too complicated, you need a lot of money to do this. Typically, you're being conditioned either by Wall Street, who needs you to use them, or by maybe family members or friends that don't know how to do it on their own. And maybe they don't want you to succeed. But this is a great way for you to see whether this is right for you.
Yeah, and talk about some of that stuff that you were mentioning, some of the news events that were happening this week. And a lot of investors wait until the news comes out and then place their decisions on that. That's what you're being conditioned to do. The key is to anticipate where these markets might be going. It's based off of price charts, and we're going to continue that discussion as we proceed here today about how do you utilize price charts, actual facts in the market, to make better investing decisions. And you kind of shed some light on that in these investing classes that you teach right here in Bloomington. These classes that I want to give away some tickets to, they're free, they're 2 hours. Al teaches these. We're kind of by the Mall of America and gets into some different topics in the financial markets, getting into some of the common mistakes that novice investors make and how to minimize them, how to time the market by letting price come to you. But I think the key is our step-by-step rules-based strategy for trading any asset in any market. So call 952-814-4410 for 2 tickets. When you call in right now, mention the cryptocurrency course. I'm going to give away a special there. A free cryptocurrency course for anybody that registers for one of these investing classes, 952-814-4410, or text the word INVEST to the number 484848. When you're going to receive a link back, click the link, pick a date. When you do that, you're also going to receive that cryptocurrency course. Al, what do you got coming up next?
Let's talk about why Wall Street has you following only half of what you need and only does that half right.
Understanding half the information that you're getting might be half right. We're going to talk about that next. 952-814-4410. That's 952-814-4410 for 2 tickets for the investing class right here in Bloomington, or text the word INVEST to the number 484848. This is Josh and Al, Investing with Confidence. We will be right back.